Full and straight usually. Oh, goes back up a length. Nicely played. At least a couple of the big areas out there.
Good intent. Love the way Imon and Tanzit have the good communication in the middle. Straight away they knew Pathum Nisanka does not have the strongest of arms. Took on.
Deep point, deep square leg. The first 6 overs, the power play. They are the two fielders outside the circle. Lanka, oh dear. Timed so beautifully. 4 runs. That is timed to perfection. Confidence booster for Tanzit.
Good attempt by Mahesh Deekshana. Sprinted from mid-on area. The trailing hand was the problem. Tanzit Hassan has expected short bat lift, trying to play straight as possible, not getting the length right there, and one Tushara. Mahesh Deekshana did everything right. Initially it was Charita Lanka showing commitment. Puts the slide in and take a look at the right hand. That's where it went wrong. Unfortunately, that resulted in a boundary for Sri Lanka. Good start for Bangladesh.
Riding the bounce, hitting through the line. Now how long will they keep that going?
Yeah, this is something that I've learned. Can get up to 135, close to 140 on a good day. Probably again, a bit of nerves are playing off for a while. You mentioned 7 months in T20 cricket. It's somewhat really a start for the players who are only playing T20 cricket. So they'll take a little time to get used to the atmosphere in the middle, to the conditions. And that's where I think Bangladesh can pounce on early on in the power play to set the tone.
He's searching for that late in Deepak Nuwan Tushara. There's not a lot of swing on offer though. We've seen him hoop it heaps.
Looking at the flags on top of the scoreboard, it's not that when it comes to the breeze. In the moment, as you expect with the new ball from Nuwan Tushara, to counter it, I think Tanzit is doing well by having a short bat lift and playing good strokes, trying to play it straight as possible. Bowlers like Nuwan Tushara, Matisipati and all these players.
Yeah, a couple of dots. And Tanzit tries to go over the top.
I was trying to go through the offside. From the bottom hand, came through a little too early, back towards mid-on. But the right option for me. At your sighters, try and maximize the power play.
Lots of people coming in from various parts of Sri Lanka for this game. We mentioned 7 months since Sri Lanka had played a T20. That was overseas, but here in Sri Lanka, probably you've got to go back 9 months. Hence, hungry for entertainment. I believe second T20 in Dambulla and then on to Colombo for the third. They're all sold out. 2 overs bowled, Bangladesh are 15 for no loss. Liton Kumar Das didn't play the ODIs. He played the first, was left out, leading the team here. Probably even been looked at for a long-term role across formats, but he'll have to show his capabilities. Binra Fernando, 1 over for Chamika Karunaratne, and the tall left armer. Wendase does well again.
Excellent work by Jeffrey Wendase. That went quick. Just a matter of time, he just got down and straight away, probably even before he realizes the ball came and struck his hand. Excellent. Good intent shown by the batters as well as good start by the fielders of Sri Lanka. Yeah, that will sing for a while.
Bowling in overreach. Bowlers are very used to that. Slow ball into the pitch. This is his strength.
A slight drag down by Binra Fernando. 126 almost. And I thought Iman was early to the stroke. Yeah, very early. It's early indications of the slowness of the pitch can be. I mentioned it looks much more drier than the previous game. Taking a note, the Bangladesh bowlers, they'll be probably saying as the ball uses the hardness can be a good option.
He's picked that up. That's huge. The first 6 of the game. Parvez Hussain Iman. What a shot that was.
That time it was a slow delivery. 111.5, picked the length early. Middled it so well. Oh, lovely. Good shape. Going with the turn. That was the best part about it. Into the grass bands, an 88-meter monster.
He made it look effortless. No change in the field. Shot again.
Right.
That's wide. Trying to bowl it away from his arc.
Picked it early. Slow ball into the pitch. Oh, middle of the bat. Lovely. Not at all struggling. Didn't like a lift-down spinner. That was a massive hit. When in doubt, slow ball or going full Yorker probably will be the way forward for any bowler in the power play.
Probably a couple. They'll run hard. Tanzit didn't want it.
Excellent by Patum Nisanka. This time he made sure, picked it up early and threw in one motion. It's a better length, better line by Binra Fernando. In the pace up again at 129.2. Against Sanjin Tamim, there will be a different sort of a game plan. He'll actually use the feet, and that's exactly what Kusal Mendis just mentioned to Charita Salanka.
Decent start. Quietly looked to accelerate. Oh, that was there. He's actually played over it. Didn't bounce.
Tanzit tried to match Iman this occasion, but the difference was this was pace on. Iman picked up the slow delivery early. The length was there, back of the length, just set up nicely. Certainly looking at the pitch, just not the paciest when it comes to comparing from the last game. The length was there, the line as well. Tanzit Hasan, if he had wanted to go extra cover, that would have been a better choice. Probably premeditated.
Doesn't get enough. Doesn't get enough. So it's a good over. After that 6. 24 for none. Two more games remaining. Bangladesh's tour of Sri Lanka. Two test matches. ODI series which featured 3 games. Both series finishing in Sri Lanka's favour. Fourth bowler introduced for the 4th over of the innings. Mahesh Deekshana. Very common these days. He's trying to be unpredictable. Not allowing batters to settle in. Hit well, hit down the ground. That will be 4.
It went full. Mahesh Deekshana first ball. He had the 2 fielders outside the circle at deep mid and long on. And this line, probably for my liking, probably or stumpish. This will confirm us. Not a bad delivery at all. That was almost like a Yorker, but Mon did well. Staying low and trying to be straight as possible.
2 in the deep, that's mid-wicket and long on. This could be tight. Runs it, does well, gets the dive out and he's safe.
A quicker throw from short square leg would have been a different story. Wicket keeper by trade doesn't have the strongest of arms, and that was identified the 2 batters early. Excellent start for Bangladesh.
Inside edge.
In the power play, you probably won't see Mahesh Deekshana holding the off spinners. He has the 2 fielders down the left side saving the boundary, and predominantly it's going to be the cannon delivery. This occasion inside if the limb rather than going fuller and straight.
Even a couple of days ago, in the ninth session, we saw the balls kick through a little bit. That'll give him the most effect of this pitch.
The difference is, Russell, as far as I'm concerned, this pitch looks much drier than the ODI. Don't want to be too short. He sits up, full, you go the distance. The in-between length is what Mahesh Deekshana should target and can.
Lovely shot. Really, really good. I like the stride he got in and reached for that.
Yes, it was risky. It was straight down the line. But he picked up the length pretty early. And a very good hit position. Pitching the ball to the last moment and a good shot. Not trying to open up the offside by giving himself room, but he's playing to the field and making sure he finds the gap. Excellent stuff by Mon.
Going really well. Usually his strike rate in the power play is just 118. Today he's bossing the situation. There we go. Gets even better from him on. 14 off the Deekshana over, and Bangladesh are 38 for none.
Very encouraging start here by Bangladesh, going at 9.5 runs per over. Exactly what the doctor ordered, and they need to continue that. Have a good power play. Just a quiet little push through for a single. Tanzid Tamim really needs to give that support because Imon is showing that he's going to go after the bowling. He's been very proactive right from the word go.
You're absolutely right. Imon is striking the ball nicely. His partner's job is to make sure that he's on strike most of the times. But you have to say it's a very good and promising start by the Bangladeshi openers. Unscathed and at the same time scoring at a good rate. And that's why there is a profound smile on Shameen Chaudhary's face, and I like it.
Well, let's hope it continues. It's a good start, but you never know. In this funny old game, things can turn around, particularly in this format, when you know that you're going very smoothly and a couple of wickets and the whole scenario changes. Bangladesh will take it. That's the start they've been looking at. They've got it so far. It's up to these two to carry on. Swinging action now. That's safe. Very safe and very fortunate. Got the splice of the bat. Reared up on him. Not in control at all.
Yeah, he's in a familiar move. Perveza Imon is showing no respect to the bowlers. He is looking to find boundaries of every delivery. I beg your pardon, it was Tanzeen. It seems like both the left-handers are well prepared. In the previous outing, they were struggling. They were struggling again. The delivery is bending back, especially against Shamira. But here, they're keeping themselves still in the crease, allowing the ball to come to them. And that's why batting has become easy. Not a lot of movement. And that's why they're comfortable.
And they've read that swinging action and the deliberate roll of the finger to slow down the ball very well. They're not trying to hit them out, just the 4 singles in a quiet over, and you can afford to do that when you have a 9-run rate on the board at the moment. Now, pick that up. How far is that going? Far enough. Well, they've got 4 more runs, making it look quite simple.
A stroke of highest quality. Still picked up the line. It was drifting towards pads, and he just clipped it into the vacant area. Plenty to think for the Sri Lankan captain. And this is indeed a rollicking start already.
Yorker attempted, and straight away he's chipped it. This is the problem that Bangladesh seem to face. Once they get the rhythm going, there will be delivery. They're not going to rate properly, and they're going to throw away the wicket.
Well, when you're looking for boundaries, you're bound to falter. This was a clever delivery. Tipping at the batsman and couldn't keep it all along the ground. And an easy catch and a welcome breakthrough for the Sri Lankans in shape of Tanzeen. Started to look good. Contribution 16, 46 for 1 Bangladesh.